Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Scarlet Linen Show. I'm your host, Nikki Cole. Our talk show is here to bring you fashion, entertainment, and community events. And I just want to say that if there's anyone out there who has a community event coming up and you'd like to come on our talk show and talk about it, we want to have you give us, just let us know and just contact us by email. You can contact me at nikkicole@scarletlineninc.com, and we would love to have you on the show and talk about your event. So we've kicked off season 2, and we've been talking about the Omaha Fashion Week. We were honored, my daughter and I were honored to be there to cover the fall Omaha Fashion Week 2024, and we are bringing you more pictures, we're bringing you more interviews. I have with us today Sami Hartong. She's going to be here talking to you. She's the Director of Marketing for Omaha Fashion Week at Omaha Design Center. So we're just excited just to bring you more of what Omaha has to offer. So as always, why don't we get started with Coffee Chat? All right, Coffee Chat. I have my coffee here. I want to invite you out there. If you don't have your coffee, get a cup of coffee, and we're going to bring you more pictures, as I mentioned, more interviews. My daughter and I had a chance to interview some children who were there at the event, take some pictures with some glamorous ladies. You'll see them in future episodes. And also, just get a chance just to meet some models. My daughter, Hope, she was very excited to take some picture with some models. Super excited about that. But I have my coffee here. Delicious, as always. And we're just going to enjoy some more pictures and videos. So why don't we take a look right now? What a fun time we had. Hope and I were there together, and just seeing all the models on the runway, all the collections, it was just great to be able to experience that with my daughter. And Hope has been a co-host here on the show, and we will have her back sometime this season to be here to talk fashion and entertainment with our audience. So today, as we talk about fashion, we have Sami Hartong here. She is the marketing director for Omaha Fashion Week at Omaha Design Center. Sami, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It is such a pleasure to have you here and to talk Omaha Fashion Week with you. You're one of the organizers. You were there, and you can bring some more light to our audience. Like I said, our show was granted press pass for the event, and it was just a spectacular showcase of designers and their collections. So I was wondering, can you start by just telling us a little bit of the history of the Omaha Fashion Week?
Yeah, so we started in 2008, all the way back in 2008. And the first Omaha Fashion Week was actually under the bridge on 10th and Jones downtown.
Really?
It was outside, and the runway was enormous, so long. The models who had to walk that particular runway still talk about it.
Still talk about it.
And there were 8 original designers that showed collections that season, 2 of which still are involved with the shows today. 3, excuse me.
Excellent.
And so we're very lucky to have some people who have been in since the very first one still here today. And actually a funny story about that first show is that they had no idea what to expect for turnout, so they gave away all the tickets for free and hoping they would just be able to cover the event in bar sales. And there were thousands of people that showed up.
Fantastic.
They were hanging over the parking garages, they were lining the streets, they were hanging out the apartment windows. And ever since then, it has just grown and gotten bigger and become so much more special for so many people over the years.
That is a wonderful story. I always wondered, like, what's the origin? You know, how did an event start?
Yeah.
I even heard someone said there was a tent.
Yes, yes.
You had a tent at some point early on?
There were tents for a few years. I know they held the event at places like the Kaneko Art Museum, the old Nomad Lounge, and a few other places. And then they got these tents, and that is actually how we got the Omaha Design Center today, is because our producer at the time said, if I ever have to do a tent again, I'm never doing it again. So we have our own venues, and that's how the Omaha Event Group came to be.
Okay.
So they're sister companies now.
I see. Well, you know, I was going to talk about that as well because I hear Omaha Design Center, I hear Omaha Fashion Week. So we're definitely going to talk about that a little bit more. So how long have you been the marketing director? And I was going to ask you, what changes have you seen? But you kind of shared that with us. But how long have you been in your position?
Yeah, so I've been the marketing director for 2.5 years. So it's been 5 seasons.
Okay.
Which is crazy to think about. And I mean, there are so many changes that happen every season. It's really hard to keep track of.
Okay.
But they're all great changes, and they're all from learned experiences and thinking maybe we could do this a little bit better. So it gets better every single season.
I like that. You know, for someone who's just starting, like wanting to do something like a fashion show or wanting to do really anything, you can apply this principle to anything. When you start, we all have grand ideas, right, of what we want it to be. But just starting, you know, it may not be everything that someone wants, because we talk about community events, you know, I want to do a community event. How do I get started? Just get started.
Yeah.
And then watch and then learn. Like you said, each year you learn something. Okay, next year we'll do it a little bit differently. And you just grow. So that's great that you shared that with our audience. I love that. You know, I think now it's time to maybe just watch a little bit more of the coverage that we took at the Omaha Fashion Week. So let's take a look at some more coverage.
Highlights women in family culture, resulting in heat culture. By taking a traditionally male-dominated role,
Sami, you know, you mentioned that the Omaha Event Group is a sister company to the Omaha Fashion Week. Talk a little bit more about the Omaha Event Group. What do you do outside of Fashion Week?
Yeah, so Omaha Event Group, like I said, was born out of wanting our own venue for Omaha Fashion Week. So that's how the Omaha Design Center came to be. And next door to it is the Garden Room, which if anybody's been to Fashion Week, it's the VIP lounge. And then backstage is also the Garden Room. So those are actually 2 separate venues that can be opened if we want to have one massive venue or kept separate so that we can run 2 events at the same time. And then we also have the Empire Room in Midtown Crossing and the Leo Ballroom in downtown Omaha across from Central High School. And so we have 4 event venues between Omaha, Midtown, and downtown. And we host all kinds of events all year round. Weddings, quinceañeras, corporate events, fundraisers, galas, auctions, hair shows, all the things, and of course, Omaha Fashion Week as well. So my role in that, I do marketing for the Omaha Event Group as well. So we just get to have fun on all sides of the things and see all kinds of events. Omaha Fashion Week is a project that I work on specifically with that core team, but then I also work with the marketing team on Omaha Event Group to promote all of our beautiful venues so that people can have the event of their dreams at completely customizable spaces.
I love that. So that's good for the community to know that if they
Yes.
do want to put on an event, they can contact you
Yeah.
and have a beautiful space. Now, I will say this, when I was there, this was my first, like I said, Fashion Week here in Omaha, and I didn't know what to expect. I saw, went on the website and saw it looked beautiful, and I was excited to see the venue.
Yeah.
But when we arrived there, just the visual that a person gets when they walk in, it's just like a whole nother world.
Yes.
You're like, am I in Omaha or am I in New York?
Yes.
And I love that, having that kind of feel in the Midwest. We need that.
That's exactly what we were going for. Yes. The theme this year was the Vera season, pulling off the behind the scenes, pulling off the curtain to show you backstage and the life of models. And we always try and bring that theme of the season into the environment for an immersive experience. And our incredible environmental designer, Brett Foster, is the genius behind all of it. For many, many, many seasons now, he has been, if you've been impressed by the environment at OFW, it is because of Brett.
Oh, we love that. Well, why don't we take a few more pictures and a few more video? We can view that. So give our audience a little bit more of what we saw on that day.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful, Sami. So I've enjoyed this interview talking to you about just the different things that's going on here in Omaha in the way of Omaha Design Center, Omaha Event Group, Omaha Fashion Week. Let's talk about Fashion Week 2025, spring 2025. How can a designer add their collection for next year? And do you accept submissions outside of Omaha?
Yes, that's a great question. So our designer applications for spring 25 are now open.
Great.
They close the first week of November, so there's plenty of time, but definitely get on it because that deadline comes up really quickly for people. But we accept designers from all over the world. We've had people from everywhere, from Alaska to New York, from Ghana to Iran and London and Paris and all the places. So as long as you can make it here for the show, we are totally good.
I love that. Well, you heard that, designers. You need to put in your submission. We want to see your collection at the spring 2025 Omaha Fashion Week. Sami, thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to have you come back on.
Absolutely, I would love to.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so what I thought about today, I would show you looks that we have for Hope. If you have a preteen at home, if you have a teen who's perhaps getting ready for homecoming or just a wedding, whatever the case may be, I thought I would show you some looks that we pulled together for Hope. So for the first night of Omaha Fashion Week, she wore this dress here, this white dress, really pretty. You've seen it on pictures. She wore this dress and she wore this diamond stud earring here, and she carried this purse. Now, something else that we had planned for her, and it was her choice, I had this bracelet here with the set of earrings to match. And that could have been a look that she could have pulled together for this dress here. But she opted for just the studded earring and purse, and that was her look for Thursday night. All right, so for Friday night, this was Hope's look. She had this beautiful dress here, form-fitted dress with a pleated material, and she went with this bangled bracelet here with the earrings to match, and she carried the same purse. So this was a great look for her, and I was really excited. It was something new for me. We actually shopped in the youth junior department at a department store, and she was happy about that because she's 9 and she wanted to just have a more, mature look. And we were really happy with this. So if you do have a preteen at home, try the junior department, and see if you can find some looks there. All right, here we are with Hope's final look. Hope is my daughter. She's 9, and she was my co-host for season 1 of our talk show. And she was with me at the Omaha Fashion Week. And for the finale, for Saturday night, this was the dress that she wore. Really pretty. And there was a nice added long tiered piece here that hang down. You've seen pictures of her in this dress. And I thought I'd show you some accessories that we went with. She carried the same purse every night, made it very convenient. She decided to go with the choker here, black choker necklace. She did this earring here. Show that to you. That was her choice for the night. And then she did the glove, the lace glove. Really pretty. Now I have here a necklace that was an option for her with this dress, and she chose to go with the black choker. So really, with my preteen, your preteen at home, what I do with Hope, because she's exploring with her style, is I give her options, you know, showing her what she can do and then giving her that choice to choose what feels good for her. Because then that night she felt wonderful, and that's the whole goal of style, is to make sure that you feel great, well pulled together, and you just have that wow factor. So these are the looks that we had for Hope. I hope you've enjoyed doing some styling with me, your host, Nikki Cole. All right, let's go on back to our show. All right, it's time for our Scarlet Challenge. You know, at the end of every episode, we just take time to just speak some great things into our lives. I believe that positive energy yields positive results. And so we always want to just end our shows with the Scarlet Challenge. And that's just us taking a mirror and just affirming some great things about ourselves, because we find, you know, there's a challenge every day to be positive. So I like to just take time with my mirror, and whether I'm putting on makeup or just whatever the case may be, I take time to say, you know what, Nicole, you are great and you can do anything. And I just look in that mirror and I just see that within myself. And I just encourage you to just, you know, get that mirror. You know, you might not want to just wait. Just get that mirror and just speak that to yourself, that you are great and you can do anything. And then after we do that, I take time and I tell you how great you are. I believe that there's a world of endless possibilities for you, our studio audience, our viewing audience. And I just want to take time to say that you are great and you can do anything. Whatever's in your mind to do, whatever's in your heart to do, take one step towards that and just see how doors open for you. See how the path becomes illuminated to you. Just take that step. But it always starts by knowing that we have greatness inside of us. So that's our Scarlet Challenge. And I just want to say that this has been a wonderful episode, talking more about the Omaha Fashion Week, showing you coverage, the great time that Hope and I had. We had Sami Hartong on. She's the marketing director for Omaha Fashion Week. I hope you enjoyed her interview and you got some really great information. And I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in to the Scarlet Linen Show. I'm your host, Nikki Cole. And until next time, remember that you are great and you can do anything. We'll see you next time. Bye.